Hey y'all, so this video is going to be a little bit vulnerable. Basically earlier, I took some time to write down what being Black, queer, and an expat mean to me, and what it feels like to hold all three of those identities at once. In this video, I'm going to share some things that I wrote, maybe expound on some things if I feel it's necessary. And for anyone that doesn't know that terminology, because I don't think it is as widely known, an expat is someone that expatriated, exited their country to live in another country, which quite frankly, I think expat is just a word that was created by white people because they didn't want to be called immigrants. Because basically what you're doing is leaving your country and immigrating to another. But that's another story. But I do use the word expat. I do think these terms and labels are important in finding community. So with that being said, let's get into it. I feel like I abandoned or left people. I feel survivor's guilt. What's it mean to make it out, but people you love are still in it? I see more hope for my life. I actually can see my future. Before, I used to just construct a picture of what it would look like. But feel my future was just goals and structure and money. I used to just imagine survival. Now I can see love. I see growth. I see myself loving and being loved and feeling held and supported. I feel protected, like emotionally. Like who I truly am being held and loved and cared for. I stopped just seeing and I started feeling. It didn't feel safe to feel in the States because as a Black person, just existing was a lot. But also because I realized people around me were just surviving too. And when I tried to just feel, they remind me that I need to survive. I was tired of just surviving. I wanted to feel, I wanted to fly, I wanted to thrive. I know that word is overused, but for real, it wasn't enough. I knew who I am needed more space and love, and quite frankly, permission to grow. Living abroad has forced me to be more, to think more, to feel more. I have intentionally forced myself to go deeper and sit with myself and feel and do the things I was scared of. This shit hasn't been easy, y'all. I have felt pain, so much pain, y'all, while being abroad. But I feel like now I'm grieving and feeling the pain of unraveling myself. The pain of seeing what is there and not even realizing it was there before. Before I was just in pain just because that was my reality. Now I'm in pain because all that I'm uncovering and unraveling, why I'm not always sure about it. I love the person I am becoming. Even with the uncertainty, even with the pain actually feels worth it because at the other side of it, it's me, my most authentic self. That's all that I wrote. And I think I'll just add to that and say that I think especially for Black folks, I think especially for Black queer folks, I identify as a transmasculine, non-binary person. I'm still figuring out my pronouns and gender expression, all these things, but I think that there is this heavy guilt, this heavy feeling of you left to get better. Why didn't you stay and help fight? Why didn't you stay to help fix it? Because anyone that knows me, I have a background in law. For the longest time, I had my whole future mapped out. I was going to go to law school, and after law school, I was going to go and become a public defense attorney, and I wanted to see the worst of the worst cases. I wanted to see really what our justice system had, what was in there, and I was going to own my own practice, and then one day I was going to be a state Supreme Court judge, and in my head create such big change. And I think it was terrifying to realize that the real change is not going to be made within the system. And I had to sit with that, and I had to sit with my future and whether or not I was willing to sacrifice everything in me to go forward something that I knew was not going to give me what I wanted. What I wanted was liberation. What I wanted was actual change. What I wanted was to not just see people just make it, but to see people go for it and keep going. And I know that many people would say, well, why did you do a different job or something like that? But I know I needed to learn how to feel which I feel like what I'm learning now, in order to even start that work. Because I think we think liberation isn't about laws or banning chokeholds or anything like this. Liberation is looking at ourselves and seeing these oppressive systems and having the audacity to question how and where do these systems live within me. Because at the end of the day, we all in some ways, some more than others, have actions that will uphold these systems. And I think that it's imperative. Sometimes I think as a Black queer person, they always say, like, I always say this to people, you cannot heal in the same place in which you got sick. I think that's specific in a lot of different ways. I think that was specific to the US. I think that was specific to just the life I was living and the things I was doing. But I wasn't going to heal in that space. And I feel like healing is an instrumental part. So I say all this to say is that I feel the weight of sometimes the guilt of leaving, because I know I made the right decision. But I also know that there's others, people that I love so much, that are still in it. And I think still struggle to see it. And let's be real, some people don't want to see it. Some people are okay with how things are. But I know for me and the way I see my life and the things I want, I know it's not enough. And I don't think there's anything bad with either one, but I just wanted more, and I knew that in order to get more, I had to go. And I'm really thankful that I did, because I don't think before I used to really look myself in the mirror. I feel like I didn't really used to look at who I am in the mirror. I feel like I just looked. I don't feel like I didn't sit with who I am. And now I'm sitting with those questions. And they bring up a lot. And I think for some people, they may see it in different ways, but I see it as, I feel like I'm uncovering who I always was, but who I never gave myself the permission to be, who I never gave myself the capacity or the space or the energy or the love to be. And it's hard. It's really hard, like I told you at the end. But I wouldn't trade it for anything, because in the States, I feel like I was just feeling pain because that's what we're supposed to do. That I feel like as a Black person, I feel like being in pain just became a part of who we are, because that's just the reality that we had to live with. And I feel like now the pain that I live or I have is connected to fighting to see myself, fighting to feel myself, fighting to be myself in a world that tells me to be everything else but that. So this isn't even a video to try to convince people to move abroad or anything like that, but I just felt the necessity to be vulnerable with these things that came up for me and to share them. I hope that they resonated with people. If anything I did say did resonate with you, please drop a comment down below. Let me know. I believe in us. I believe that there's more, and I know that we are all doing our best in our own ways, in our own journeys to get to more, whatever we think that looks like. And I think that's it's a beautiful thing. Check out the description box of this video. I have tons of links. If you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me and talk about your expat journey or your gender exploration journey or anything like that, I'm not a professional psychologist or anything by any means, but I do want to open space to have these conversations. And quite frankly, with all the work that I've internally done, I know I have the capacity to hold space and offer space and curiosity for someone navigating either of those two things, because I've navigated them on some deep levels, sometimes deeper than I wish I have. With that being said, I'm sending you all so much love. I'm sending you so much care, and I love y'all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening if you've listened this long. If you want a video to watch next on my channel, I would suggest watching the video where I talked about gender expression and identity and the exploration of that. And it'll be on the screen here right now. And with that, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.